Good Saturday morning, everybody. Welcome to the WPIAL Playoffs Week 1 recap. I'm Mason Spesky, your host, here with you. And today we are going to, as I move the camera, recap the games last night we discussed on the predictions about WPIAL playoffs. Definitely an interesting week for sure. A lot of teams are moving on. A lot of teams are going home as well. So, without further ado, here we go. Trinity last night beat North Catholic by a final score of 49-0. Wasn't a surprise. The blowout was a surprise, but the outcome wasn't a surprise. Totally expected Trinity to win this game. Like I said before, they won the big games against teams like Thomas Jefferson. They grinded out a win, too, against Connellsville. That's important to know. North Catholic, they just couldn't win the big games. They lost last week to Mars, and as I burp, I'm sorry, but North Catholic, they just couldn't do it, so Trinity gets the win. West Mifflin defeats Mount Pleasant 40-14. Again, not a surprise. West Mifflin looked great last week against South Park. Mount Pleasant did not have the best of weeks last week, and although Mount Pleasant didn't play terrible, it's just they were nowhere near ready, nowhere near capable of matching up with this West Mifflin team, and the results showed last night. So good win for the West Mifflin Titans. Penn Hills defeated Penn Trafford by a final score of 63-28. Last night at Penn Hills, obviously upsetting for me a little bit because I have friends that went to Penn Trafford, so a little disappointing to see them lose. But Penn Hills is a really good football team. Julian Duggar's a really good football player. Can't wait till he wears the Pitt uniform next year for sure. So yeah, Penn Hills is moving on. They will play Pine Richland, which will be a huge game, and it'll be super exciting to see who will play for the WPIAL Championship next week. I know I didn't cover this one, but I just want to talk about it real quick. Moon pulling off a big upset over Gateway last night. This was an exciting game for sure. Moon will face Peters Township next week. Latrobe winning 39-7 over West Allegheny. This game was awesome for Latrobe. I mean, beating a team like West Allegheny at their stadium is huge. So, big win for the Wildcats. They're going to take on Aliquippa now. Best of luck to them, Westmoreland County for sure. So this football team is headed in the right direction for sure. And it's good too because where Latrobe plays their football games as where the Steelers hold their annual Friday Night Lights practice at. So maybe that's kicking in a little bit. Football's coming back in Latrobe. McGuffey defeats Derry 25-13. Not a surprise. McGuffey, the Highlanders, are just a much better team, and they just have way more talent than the Trojans. This one was a shocker to me. California Trojans defeated Jeanette Jayhawks last night 44-6. I totally expected Jeanette to play a much better game. I mean, I didn't think Cal would outmatch them this much, so that was a shocker for sure. So Cal's a really good football team. Jeanette, they're good, but they can't compete with some of these teams at the highest level. So this was a shocker, and it shows that Cal can seriously make a deep run far into these playoffs. Game that was not a shocker to me, unfortunately. I was hoping for the Cinderella story, but the Monessen Greyhounds last night lost to the Southside Rams 39-0. This was unfortunate for sure. I'm a Monessen fan. My dad went there. A lot of my relatives went to Monessen. A lot of my relatives live in Monessen, so we are Monessen fans. So unfortunate to see Monessen lose, that's for sure. Southside, though, is a really good football team, and best of luck to them. And that's it. That's really all I have for you guys. We'll be back next week. We'll probably be able to have 8 games. That's for sure. Possibly 6, depending on how many teams are off. But I'm going to shoot for 8. That's for sure. But that's my goal. But yeah, definitely an interesting one. The other game we need to cover too. Thomas Jefferson beat Kiski. This was no shock for sure. Sorry, I just want to make sure we're covering all the games. Okay, yeah, we did. So yeah, just want to make sure about that. Sorry this video was so short. It's just I have a busy day today and wanted to get this video in. So yeah. Anyway, that's all I have for you guys today. Have a good one. Take care. Stay safe. Pray for Israel. And as always, peace. See you next week.